Before we start, I want you to do something. I want you to forget everything your history textbooks told you. Because what we're about to cover today suggests that the story of human civilization is far older, far more complex, and far more mysterious than anyone in a classroom ever told you. In 1994, a Kurdish shepherd in southeastern Turkey was wandering the hills when he noticed something strange protruding from the ground. He reported it. Archaeologists arrived, and what they found rewrote the entire timeline of human civilization. Göbekli Tepe, a complex of massive carved stone pillars, arranged in circles, decorated with intricate animal reliefs, built approximately 11,600 years ago. That's 6,000 years before Stonehenge, 7,000 years before the pyramids. Built by people who, according to everything we thought we knew, should not have been capable of this. They had no metal tools, no writing, no cities, and yet somehow they built a site so complex, so deliberate, so architecturally sophisticated that it has taken archaeologists 30 years and they've still only excavated 5% of it. What Göbekli Tepe really means? The standard model of history goes like this. Humans were hunter-gatherers. Then agriculture began around 10,000 BC. Then permanent settlements formed. Then civilization, then monuments. Agriculture first, then everything else. But Göbekli Tepe destroys this model entirely. It predates agriculture, which means a group of nomadic hunter-gatherers, people who didn't even farm yet, organized themselves into a massive workforce, quarried and transported stones weighing up to 20 tons each, and constructed a religiously significant ceremonial complex. For no survival reason, just because it mattered to them. Archaeologist Klaus Schmidt, who led the excavation until his death in 2014, believed this. It wasn't civilization that created religion. Religion, or at least shared ritual, created civilization. The need to build this place is what forced early humans to cooperate at scale. Göbekli Tepe wasn't built by a civilization. It may have been the reason civilization was born. The sunken city of Dwarka. Off the northwestern coast of India, beneath 40 feet of water in the Gulf of Khambat, lies a city, a real submerged city. Discovered in 2001 by India's National Institute of Ocean Technology, the site contains what appear to be streets, walls, drainage systems, and geometric foundations stretching across 9 kilometers of the ocean floor. Artifacts recovered from the site were carbon dated. The results came back at approximately 9,500 years old. That would make it the oldest urban structure ever discovered, predating Mesopotamia by thousands of years. The site is believed by many researchers to be the ancient city of Dwarka, described in the Mahabharata, one of India's oldest epic texts, as a magnificent golden city that sank beneath the sea after the god Krishna departed. A mythological story. Except now, there's a submerged city in exactly the right location, at exactly the right depth, given sea level changes consistent with the end of the last ice age. Mythology or memory. The Antikythera mechanism. In 1901, divers exploring a 2,000-year-old shipwreck near the Greek island of Antikythera pulled up a lump of corroded bronze. For decades, it sat in a museum largely ignored. Then in the 1970s, scientists began X-raying it. What they found inside made engineers stop and stare. It was a machine. A complex gear-driven astronomical calculator, capable of predicting solar and lunar eclipses, tracking the cycles of the Olympic Games, modeling the movements of the 5 known planets, and displaying a 19-year calendar. Built around 100 BC. To put that in context, a mechanism of equivalent complexity didn't appear again in human history for another 1,400 years. The next comparable gear system was a medieval astronomical clock in Europe, built in the 1300s. 14 centuries of technological silence. Where did the knowledge come from? Where did it go? No blueprint, no predecessor, no successor. It appeared, sailed on a ship, sank, and disappeared from history, taking 1,400 years of lost technology with it. The Nazca Lines. In the Nazca Desert of southern Peru, carved into the earth over 2,000 years ago, are hundreds of enormous geoglyphs, giant figures of animals, plants, and geometric shapes. A hummingbird stretching 300 feet, a spider the size of a football field, a monkey with a spiraling tail, all of them perfectly proportioned, all of them only fully visible from the air. On the ground, you see nothing but shallow trenches in the earth. Only from several hundred feet above do they reveal their true form. These were created by a pre-Incan civilization with no flight capability, no aerial perspective, and no known mathematical system sophisticated enough to scale drawings to this size, with this precision. They've been studied for nearly 100 years. We still don't fully understand why they were made, how they were made this precisely, or who they were made for, if not for something looking down from above. Here's what ties all of this together: Göbekli Tepe, Dwarka, the Antikythera mechanism, the Nazca Lines. Each one on its own is an anomaly, an exception, something history struggles to explain. But together, they point to something that mainstream archaeology is only beginning to seriously consider: that human civilization did not begin where we think it did, is not as young as we think it is, and has suffered collapses so catastrophic that entire chapters of our story have been erased, not by conspiracy, but by time, by floods, by silence. We are not the first sophisticated humans. We may not even be the most sophisticated. We are simply the ones who survived long enough to wonder. If this made you see history differently, I need you to subscribe, because we're only getting started. Next video we're going underwater, and the things living in the deep ocean are going to make ancient mysteries look tame.